Sholay is not only what we had written. It has become immortal. It has happened somewhere between the people who made the film and the people who watched it. People used to laugh the way the film was being made, that what happened to Sippi Saab, this is not business. How he will ever recover his money. We gave an ad in all the trade magazines, including Screen, that we, Salim-Javed, guarantee that this film, Sholay, will do more than 1 crore in every major territory. Till that time, no picture had crossed 1 crore. When Amitabh Bachchan heard the dialogue version of the film, the shooting had not started. And he said that, can you give me Gabbar Singh's role? I would love to do it. And Sanjeev Kumar had no idea that Amitabh Bachchan had said this. But Sanjeev also said that I would like to do Gabbar Singh. Film Certification Board said that he is a retired police officer. Thakur will not kill the man. He'll hand him over to the police. I was so disappointed, I remember. I thought that it's going to harm the film very badly. But thankfully I was wrong. It has become an iconic dialogue. Kitne aadmi the?
The famous lines from the blockbuster movie Sholay were co-scripted by the talented and legendary duo Javed Akhtar and Salim Khan. The movie will celebrate its 50th anniversary this year. I'm privileged to be joined by scriptwriter and lyricist Javed Akhtar. Let's start from the very beginning. How did you even start to write the script for Sholay? It has so many characters, so many moments, so much drama, so much tragedy, so much action.
Well, when you start writing any script or any idea, it is what is called the germ of an idea. And then slowly it starts forming and gradually it grows. And as it grows, characters join the story. And gradually it becomes bigger and bigger. And ultimately you have a script. So it doesn't happen that right from the beginning you had everything. Then it won't be a beginning. In the beginning, it is just a small idea. And then it grows. Hopefully, it really flourishes, which happened when we were working on this idea. And we had no idea, no idea at all that it will turn into a multi-star. While working on the script, we started creating characters, and somewhere half the way we realized that there are many characters which can be offered to important actors, known stars. And it was not planned to be a multi-star at all. We had no idea that it will become so big. But it happened as the script developed. And then we were very fortunate that we had a producer like Mr. G.P. Sippi and a director like Mr. Ramesh Sippi, who believed in it, believed in the script, and really, as they say, put their last shirt on it. That's a fact. I mean, people used to laugh the way the film was being made, that what happened to Sippi Saab, this is not business. How he will ever recover his money, the way he's making this picture. And that is how it happened. I mean, one should be thankful to the producer, Mr. G.P. Sippi, and director, Mr. Ramesh Sippi, who really totally believed in the script.
Tell me, Javed Saab, is it true that 2-3 days after the movie was released, Amitabh Bachchan and the director came to your house thinking that the movie had flopped, and
Mr. G.P. Sippi.
And Mr. G.
Three of them, they
come to
came
the
to,
house.
yes, Salim Saab was also present. And this was the general belief in film industry that the picture has been rejected by the audience. And obviously they also heard that. And there was some stage, maybe it was overfed. In one area, the picture was running in 3 theaters. They put it in too many theaters. So some of the theaters could not go house full in the second day or third day, and that put some kind of a panic in film industry, and they believed that the film has flopped. So they came, we had a meeting, and they said that, listen, the fact is that the people are not coming and the theaters are not full, and we'll have to do something immediately because the stakes are too high, and perhaps we will have to change Jai, that was Amitabh Bachchan's role, and he should keep, he shouldn't die, and so on and so forth, and three, four suggestions. But Salim Saab or me, not for a second, both of us lost our nerves. We told them that please believe us, the picture will not fail. And we gave them assurance, we gave them encouragement, and requested them to trust in their product. And not only that, that we did that, in the same very week when film industry had written the epitaph of the film, we gave an ad in all the trade magazines, including Screen, that we, Salim-Javed, guarantee that this film, Sholay, will do more than 1 crore in every major territory. Till that time, no picture had crossed 1 crore. And people laughed and they made joke of it. Many of them, I don't want to name them, they were very high-profile people, important actors and directors and producers. They laughed at our face, actually. But the fact is that ultimately we were also proved wrong because it did not do 1 crore. It did more than 3 crores per territory. People can talk today, say that we believed and we did not believe. We put money where our mouth was. We gave advertisements as writers.
What gave you that confidence, I want to ask you?
No, because we were sure that the picture, how can the picture fail? It will not. We were confident of the product. The way it was written, the way it was shot, the way everything was of such high class and done so well. Every department of that film, the performances, the background music, the music, even the background music was remembered. Even today, people remember that, besides songs.
Do you have a favorite character or a favorite dialogue from the movie?
No. I'm not that attached to my past. And I don't believe in glorifying it and living in your past, sitting on your past laurels.
No, I mean you gave life to those characters.
Yeah. But now they are living on their own. They are doing fine. They don't need me anymore.
They don't need you anymore. That's a very
Yeah, your work is like your children. Maybe you have given birth to them, but once the umbilical cord is cut, they are on their own. And gradually, whatever they achieve, whatever place they make in the society, the kind of appreciation they collect, you should be happy that your children are doing well. But you can't take credit of all that they have achieved. The same should be said about the product also. Sholay is not only what we had written or what Mr. Ramesh Sippy had directed or what Mr. G.P. Sippy had produced. It's much more than that. It has happened. It has become immortal or memorable, not by the unit. It has happened somewhere between the people who made the film and the people who watched it. So it is their contribution also that the picture has become memorable.
So when you were writing the script, Salim Saab and you, were there multiple discussions with the director?
We developed the screenplay in his presence. We sat with him. And yes, as a director, he has contributed in the screenplay. And perhaps he could have given his name also as one of the screenplay writers, but he was happy being director.
Were there any interjections, any additions to what you had written, which came from the Sippis?
Yes, in a way, yes. Because when the script was completed and the dialogue was also written, at one stage, Mr. Ramesh Sippy felt that the second half needs some extra highlights of the character that is being played by Ramji. Because at that moment he was a huge star. He was number one that time. And he felt that there has to be something extra for him. People will expect it. So this whole episode of Shadi and the friend going to Mausi and then he going up the tower and
Water tank.
water tank. This was added later.
Oh, I see.
Yes. So he said, yeah, but obviously, Salim Saab and I thought of that scene and then it was written later. But he demanded that. I remember it very vividly that he wanted some highlight. Give me some sequence of Dharmendra here. I need it.
And in many ways, that scene became a talking point, actually.
Yeah, of course, of course. I mean, they had made EP, LP and EPs of the dialogue, which was sold perhaps even more than the music. So there was one EP, Biru Ki Shadi.
Oh.
Yeah. The younger generation won't know what is EP. It used to be a small record. LP was a big record. Yeah.
So, I mean, you don't want to name your favorite actor or the favorite dialogue, but in terms of
No,
the
my favorite actor, everybody knows. I mean, it's no secret at all. It's Amitabh Bachchan, and fortunately, I have done a lot of work with him. And he is my favorite actor, not only in Sholay, in any picture.
I believe, at least I'm given to understand that you enjoyed fleshing out Gabbar Singh's character as well. I mean, you gave him a lot of meat. I mean, he carried the movie on his shoulders on so many occasions.
Yes, that's true. And it had become obvious after the dialogue version. You know, when Amitabh Bachchan heard the dialogue version of the film, the shooting had not started. And he said that, can you give me Gabbar Singh's role? I would love to do it. And then after a week or so, we narrated the script to Mr. Sanjeev Kumar somewhere else. And Sanjeev Kumar had no idea that Amitabh Bachchan had said this. But Sanjeev also said that I would like to do Gabbar Singh.
Oh.
So somehow, after the dialogue version, Gabbar Singh had become a character which was very fascinating. I mean, these two were good actors and they know about acting and they could see the possibility uh, of this character.
I mean, while we're talking about Gabbar Singh, I do want to ask you, he was a formidable villain in the movie.
Yeah.
But unlike other actors who've played villainous roles, there was a lot of fear, of course, about Gabbar Singh, but there was no loathing. There was no, he was evil, but there was no loathing, there was no hatred. Uh, do you agree or disagree with?
No, this is a strange phenomenon. This is, I mean, I think this should be discussed with some group of psychiatrists. I won't be able to give you a totally satisfying answer because here was a man who did not have a unhappy childhood and he was not wronged by the society, so he had become like this. He was pure evil and he was quite proud of it. He was ruthless. He was self-centered and he was boastful. And people, and particularly children, loved this ruthless, merciless person. Why? This is a topic for actually the psychologists. I feel that you respect perfection of any kind. Uh, each one of us would like to do many things, but out of fear of law, out of fear of concept of decency that has been imbibed in us at some age, out of fear of uh, reputation or consequences, we don't do that. We are a prisoner of our morality, the contemporary law, uh, social considerations, and so on. Here is somebody who's totally free. He is a law unto himself. He doesn't give a damn what people will think. He decides what is right. And his right is the right. You respect this complete lack of guilt and freedom, total freedom. I feel that if you take a child to a zoo and tell him on the right there are cages where you have beautiful, lovely birds, and on the left there is a cage where they have brought a man-eater tiger, ferocious, ruthless. I think the child will prefer go on the left and would like to see the tiger first. Why? We are slightly scared of that thing also. But at the same time, we get awed by this kind of power, this kind of total lack of guilt, total freedom from every bondage, every binding. I think we somewhere appreciate that. But let me tell you one thing, that our villains who have become immortal and so famous, whether it is Mogambo or Gabbar or Shakal, they have one thing in common. They are not lechers. If Gabbar would have been a lecher, we wouldn't have admired him. Because
He did make Hema Malini dance on glass.
yeah. And for that was also Satan. He's looking at Hema Malini as a thing. The dialogue है, हाथ पांव तो देखो करारी के दारी के कैसे करारे हैं ये रामगढ़ वाले अपनी बेटियों को कौन चक्की का आटा खिलाते तो he is looking at her as a man will look at an animal. There is no sexuality in it. He is not lusting after her. He is trying to play with this animal. That's all.
So you understood all this 50 years ago. I mean, you are the one who...
No. Now today, in retrospect, I'm analyzing it. But at that time, it was an instinct that was working. If you are so distant and you can analyze your characters or your story or your dialogue so objectively and so, say, in a scholarly manner, then you will lose the touch. You will not be able to make your characters alive. You have to live with them and be very subjective.
I'm glad you're talking about characters because we've discussed the famous ones like Hema Malini, Amitabh Bachchan, Dharmender, even Sanjeev Kumar. But even the other characters in the movie, whether it was A.K. Hangal or Jailer Saab, or the famous Mosi that you mentioned, how did you and Salim Saab etch each one and make each one stand out? It's amazing.
It is amazing. Yes, it's true. It may sound slightly modest, but it's a fact, so I'm telling you, I'm sharing it with you. There have been films all over the world, like, say, Gone with the Wind, Godfather, Star Wars. These are the films which have some unforgettable characters. You remember their names, you remember their lines. But if you make the list of the characters that you remember from Gone with the Wind, or from Godfather, or from Star Wars, there'll be a sizable list. There'll be 4 or 5 characters that you still remember, and you will remember. I think Sholay has the longest list in the world of characters that are remembered even after 50 years. Leave aside the main characters like Jay and Viru and Thakur and Gabbar. They are main. Then you come to the second line like the heroines, Basanti and Radha. You go down. Mausi, Kalia, Jail, Banne Khan Bhopali. Anybody, Sambha, anybody has spoken, itna sannata kyun hai bhai, spoken by Mr. A.K. Hangal. The list of the memorable characters, the list of those characters there have made an undying effect on the minds of the audience. They have settled down in their memories. The longest list belongs to Sholay in the world.
And a lot of the credit goes to you and, of course,
No, that's not important, but it happened somehow. I mean, but it is the truth. It's a praise of the film, not of the writer.
But even Dhanno, Basanti's Dhanno.
Dhanno, even the
Dhanno
Ghodi,
became a
people
character.
remember.
Yeah.
So you cannot give me any other picture in the world that has a longer list of memorable characters than Sholay.
So in the 50th year, the original conclusion is coming back to the movie. I believe the ending was changed because it was
Because
emergency.
the Film Certification Board said that he is a retired police officer. And how can a retired police officer can take law into his own hands? So you have to change that. Thakur will not kill the man. He'll hand him over to the police. And this was the argument. And sometimes when powers that be tell you something, you silently listen and accept that, whether you agree or you don't agree. So it was changed. I was so disappointed, I remember. I thought that it's going to harm the film very badly, but thankfully I was wrong. And I'm so happy that when now they are showing the film in Toronto, they are showing it with the original land.
With Sanjeev Kumar's spiked shoe on Gabbar's throat, right?
Yes.
And that's how he gets killed.
It was the original version.
Correct.
So now it has been brought back.
It is back.
Yes.
You know, we're talking about 50 years since Sholay was released. A lot has changed in the cinematic world over 5 decades. A lot has also changed in our country over 5 decades.
Of course.
Culture and art really should not have any boundaries. But we do seem to have reached a stage where, movies featuring stars like Fawad Khan from Pakistan are not allowed to be released. Does that bother you, Javed Saab?
Personally, it doesn't bother me because we have never taken one of these actors. But the fact is that there are 2 points of view, and both of them are equally valid. Now, it is your choice which one you want to believe. One point of view that for donkey's years, it has been a one-way traffic. Their actors have come, we worked in a film. Their singers have come, sung a song. Their music directors have composed a song. Their writers have written a script, and so on and so forth. But this was not reciprocated. Even I believe that in Pakistan it was allowed at some stage to take an Indian actor, but not the leading man or leading lady. This was one of the conditions. So it was to a great extent on cultural side. I mean, people like Nusrat Fateh Ali, Mehdi Hassan, Ghulam Ali came, and there was a huge function for them, and they performed to huge audience in different cities. They were extremely popular here, but the most popular Indian, there was a time in Pakistan that undoubtedly the most popular Indian was Lata Mangeshkar. But she was never invited. Perhaps some event managers or event companies would have loved to do that, but there was no clearance, official clearance for Lata Mangeshkar. Lata never performed in Pakistan, or Asha Bhosle or Rafi or Kishore. They never performed there, while their artists came. So for a very long, long time, it was a one-way street, and some people thought this is not fair, and they were right. Point one. So it should be stopped because it's a one way. This is totally logical. Now let's go to the other point of view. The other point of view is there are no countries a monolith. in every country, there are different kind of people. In Pakistan, unfortunately, most of us are unaware of it. There are a lot of Pakistanis who are Indophiles, who admire India, who love India. And understandably so, we deserve that admiration. But when they look at our corporate world, when they look at our academic researches or development of technology or science or entertainment world, and so on and so forth, and certain freedom in the society, women, the kind of empowerment freedom saw in so many years, and so on. So they admire that. And India is a huge market. So obviously a Pakistani businessman would like to enter this huge market. So there are many people who may or may not say, but out of fear or the peer pressure or the social pressure, but they would prefer to have good relations with India. They may not have a party, they may not have a name, but there is a huge population. What do we do with those people? As India, as Indians, shall we encourage them? Shall we keep a rapport with those people or break that? Suppose we make a wall, which is happening inevitably now. Who will be happy on the other side? The liberal or the conservative? It is the army, it is the mullah. Who will be happy? Good. Good riddance to bad rubbish. As long as there is a door open, they are insecure. If there is a perfect wall between these two societies, it is to the satisfaction of the conservative, reactionary, bigoted, and the army. So, in a way, we are letting down those who would like to have good relations with India. And we are not giving them credibility. And indirectly, directly, we are not giving them strength. This is also valid. So, both the point of view are totally logical, reasonable, and valid. Now, it is for you to choose one of them.
I was looking up your social media commentary today, and one of them caught my attention. It's a photo, actually, which reads, "Cataract is the third biggest cause of blindness. Religion and politics remain the first two." The good thing, Javed Saab, is that you speak up, you know. But are there moments when you feel hemmed in, you feel uh, worried about the hate and the bigotry?
No, I get a lot of hate mail, and thankfully, from both the sides, from bigoted Muslims and bigoted Hindus. So as long as I'm getting abuses from both the sides, I feel wonderful because I feel that maybe I'm seeing something right. Because all the bigots of different hue and color are uncomfortable. And if they give you hate mail, it is the confirmation that they are taking note of it. And they think that you can make some impact. So you have to be contradicted. You are not unimportant. They give you a certain, unintentionally, they give you some respect and confirmation that, yes, you are effective and we need to oppose you. That's wonderful.
I was very touched when I was watching an interview given by Shabana Azmi on Bilkis Banu case, and she actually broke down on live television. Have you had moments when you felt pain and you felt uh, a little hopeless?
No, I don't feel hopeless, ever. No. You see, what happens that the world and the time where we are living becomes the most important time in history because we are there. Mm. But you cannot see and understand history uh, uh, looking at 1 decade or 2 decades. It is nothing. It's one drop in the ocean of time. You see, I always say that as a student of history, tomorrow you have to give your paper, and in the night you decide to have a revision, what we call in our schools, revising it. Out of nervousness, if you turn 2 pages instead of one, you have skipped more than 100 years. in one page. So we should not see things in the span of 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 50 years. India was ruled by North India, most of the North India, and Afghanistan and so on. Aurangzeb had a huge empire. And he ruled for, if I'm right, almost for 52 years. Aurangzeb ruled most of the India, not riverside south, for 52 years. Then what happened? He died. India continued. India again came back to its original position because a nation is much bigger than individuals or even parties. So there are political pressures, there are political movements, they come and go. But there is one thing which is in every nation. India has a culture, a civilization of thousands of years old. And that is continuing. Sometimes because of political pressure or social issues, it goes down, like Saraswati. But it continues. And the moment those forces slightly scatter or lose their strength, again it appears. But it never goes away. India has a temperament that cannot be killed, that cannot be changed. India, the real India, has a philosophy of the middle of the path, philosophy of accepting that there are different kinds of thoughts, philosophy that everyone has the right to think his or her own way. This is basically Indian part of Indian civilization that will never go away. Well, it can escape our eyes, but believe me, it is moving. It is there. Rest of the things are above the surface. This thing is below the surface. It is inside a psyche, a subconscious, because it is thousands of years old. It is flowing in our DNA.
Why do we not have more characters like Imam Saab in today's movies, for example?
I don't know. First of all, I mean,
I mean,
in
इतना
other words,
अच्छा क्यों है? That would be
you
appropriate.
are suggesting, let's make it simple, that good characters from different minority groups, you don't see them anymore in the film. Are you suggesting that?
Particularly the Muslim community. I mentioned Imam Saab.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't see every Hindi picture, but I don't think it will vanish. I mean, maybe this was a way of bringing in some more people, because when you give some kind of minority, it happens all over the world in commercial cinema that they put some minority character, whether there was a time when black person in Hollywood, and now it has become more important. They have even higher profile. But there used to be a token from the minorities or an Indian. Now in Hollywood movies, you'll see one Indian character. It has become common because Indians are sizable there and they're the people who have enough money to buy tickets, film tickets. So they get representation. So this is tactics that filmmakers, particularly mainstream filmmakers, keep on using. And they'll still do that if it is needed and if they have some space.
Before I thank you and let you go, one dialogue from Sholay that, comes to your mind.
Well, you suggested the dialogue, which
I'm asking you.
it is beyond my understanding that why it has become an iconic dialogue. And so many people, when they praise Salim-Javed's work, they tell me on my face, sir, only you could write. Nobody could write this. Kitne aadmi the? And they leave me wondering that what was so special about Kitne aadmi the?
Well, it's an iconic line. It is used even today,
Also,
years later.
yeah.
So congratulations to you. And may the movie maybe talk again on the 60th anniversary of Sholay. Thank you, Javed Saab, for speaking to the Quint. Thank you indeed.
Thank you.